What's up, and welcome to another episode, Master Moats Film Session. And today, man, you know we got to talk Donte Jackson, the cornerback that we acquired via trade for Deontay Johnson. Let me try not to mess these names up. Whew. But ultimately, man, I figured we'd cut on the tape and just show you some of the things that Donte brings to the table from a size standpoint, a coverage standpoint, and more importantly, man, just the way that he utilizes his smarts and athletic ability, man. Like I said, I really think he's going to be an asset to this secondary, all right? But like we always do, hit that like button on the front and don't forget to subscribe. And it's time to do it, baby. So let's do it. All right, so this first play, you're going to get a chance to see Donte playing the fire zone cover 3, but because of it being a pressure, it plays truly like man to man, all right? So that's Donte right there. Play it in full speed, and then after that, we'll break it down. All right, so what the Panthers are doing defensively, so they got this blitz called right here, a little 5-man pressure. This guy's gonna walk down, essentially be, I mean, you could call him a seam flat, but it's not really a seam flat. I mean, he's guard, like I said, just this general cover 3. He's splitting the difference. Let's see, how do I want to phrase it? He's splitting the difference between hash to the sideline. Luvu is going to be your middle. And then this cat over here is going to be working that general area, okay? For Donte, middle or deep third, deep third, deep third, all right? But the way Donte plays it, as you see from the press alignment, whereas this guy's a little bit back because of the bunch alignment, just changes up the feeling of it, the vibe of it, all right? But what I like is this, man. When he can get hands on him, he does. But more importantly, he's not too early to the party, okay? Let's watch him. A little slow-mo with this thing. But let's watch him as a technician, man. Like the pre-snap alignment, not too cool, right? It broke down, eyes on his work. He's ready to go. Now from there, he understands single high, okay? Sidelines my help. Let me go ahead and get my leverage and let's rock out. So when you can get hands on him just to feel him, good, right? Touch it. I got you, all right? I can feel you. I'm good. I'm ready. If you break down, I'm ready to break down with you. Fights off with a push off. We ain't tripping on that, but doesn't grab. And that's the thing that I like. All right. Because sometimes you'll see these defenders, man, they'll pull this guy on a stop route and it's going to get caught every time. All right. These referees up on the sideline, they seeing that. And you at the point of attack. But watch his footwork. Boom, boom. Plants. Little T plant right there. And now, offhand. I'll rewind that back a little bit just so you can see the fundamentals of the PBU. Backside hand secures the tackle. Front side hand is what you shoot across for the PBU. All right. Little details, man. They teach you that. And like I said, should be when you first start playing tackle football. Yeah. But I like his intensity too, man. I like how he's confident in himself, man. Has nice swagger about him, baby. Nice swagger about him. But really good work by him, man. Just understanding the assignment and challenging the route. Because he's a deep third, he could play off. He could allow this stop route and say, man, I did my job. He didn't beat me deep. But he wants to contest it. He wants to be sticky in coverage, and he wants to make a play. And that's everything you see right there from Donte, man. Beautiful job play. One last time in full speed, then we'll go to the next play, all right? If this thing actually start tripping. There it is. Don't trip on me. Work with me, fellas. Work with me. Yeah. Good work, though. Good work. All right, so now you got Donte playing cover 1 again, and they're blitzing again. But honestly, it's more of a cover 1 robber in terms of the actual intent of this defense. That's in terms of the robber defender right there. But in terms of Donte, that's him at the bottom of the screen. Now, another thing was this. When you watch him in Carolina on tape, a lot of the times he's aligned to the field. Okay, he's usually over here, and they usually have JC Horn, who's number 8. he's usually in the boundary, okay? Now, this game, JC got hurt a little bit, so that was why you would see more of Donte to the boundary. And what I mean boundary is, see the hashes, just the small condensed side of the field versus the football right here, and that being the width in terms of just more space to the field. Now, typically you have a little bit more coverage to the field side, and that's part of the reasons why. And usually on the bag side, you want to have you just a guy that can lock up whoever the stud receiver is, right? That's kind of the thought process behind it. But it was pretty cool to see Donte having to play, just in a different alignment, man. Because for us, we don't typically play field corner versus boundary corner. We usually go left, right. We don't really travel, but we know with JPJ, that is kind of changing, all right? So for Donte, man, he's playing off coverage on Chris Godwin, okay? And we know Godwin's a really, really good receiver. Shout out. But in terms of his leverage, he's slightly outside this time. Why? Because he has that robber on the inside. So on some of these in-breaking routes that could be deeper, he knows this is his help right here. This guy is going to help him on any... Oh, my bad. I hit the wrong button. Whoopsies. All right. Let's get back to the action. So he has the outside leverage. Okay. Play just a little bit further. Get back to where we were before I hit the wrong button. Like I said, whoopsie daisy, whoopsie daisies. All right. So here we get back to where I wanted us to be. So you get the outside leverage by Donte because he knows that this is his protection on the inside. So if that route breaks here, this guy's driving on it, okay? If he tries to skinny it up and vertical through here, it just becomes a natural double team and he still has a safety deep, okay? So that's the big reason why you see Donte maintaining outside leverage whereas on the previous play, when it was more of that true traditional cover 3 from a blitzing standpoint or a fire zone 3 concept almost vibe to it, he had a little bit of an inside leverage on it, okay? Because he was not having any type of help if it was an in-breaking route. So with that being the case, I love the patience. Staying square, and now he's driving on that thing. Boom. Almost catches the pick, too. Dope job by Donte, man. So that's when I talk about his cerebral just ability to play above the neck, understanding where his hope is, understanding the strengths and weaknesses of the defense. But everybody's matched up. That was his extra help defender. So that's what allotted him the ability to have such a heavy flat-footed presence on the outside versus that route. Because otherwise, man, let's be real. If he doesn't have that defender on the inside, he can't maintain this position and he has to respect this a lot more, right? In terms of Godwin stemming this route up before breaking it out. He has to respect that a lot more if he doesn't have that robber safety protect him to the inside right here, okay? But because he does, now he doesn't have to worry about that head fake. This isn't as scary when I have extra help in here because you're just going to run right to that guy. But because he knows that, that's why he's able to play it the way that he does. And then from there, drive on it. Nice play, getting his hands on the football. Love to see it, baby. Love to see it. All right, so those first couple of plays from Donte just shows his ability to, number one, play man-to-man. But number two, you also saw his ability to understand where his help was and how to be aggressive and when and where to be aggressive at. All right, so I definitely like that about his game. But now we're going to show you a couple more plays where you get a chance to see him in a true zone concept and just how differently he plays, but still very effective. All right, so don't touch that dial. Let's get it going. All right, so now we're going to watch Donte playing in cover 6. And once again, now he's back to the front side of the formation. But just watching the different ways that he's utilized in, how he's still able to impact the game. All right, so here he is. We'll play it in full speed. Then after that, we're going to break it down. And don't forget to hit that like button either, man. I think you're enjoying the content if you're at this stage of the video. So might as well lock in with me, man. Hit that subscribe button too one time. But yeah, now you get a chance to see him versus Big Mike Evans. Yes, sir. Big time player right here, man. But in terms of cover 6, just to refresh you, quarter, half. Okay? Cover 6. Quarter, half. All right? Then in this situation, typically that's your squat corner on the backside. What the Panthers did on this was just lock this, okay? Played it like man. So underneath, he's off of 3. He'll be off of 2. He's off of 2, okay? So in this case, this would be number 2. This is number 3. And then that would be the other number 2 for this backside guy, just from a coverage standpoint, okay? For how these guys underneath would play these dudes right here, okay? But now let's get back to the action. All right, so for Donte, he understands I got to stay on top of number 1, and I'm also protected to the inside because I'm going to have another quarter flat or another quarter safety on the inside, okay? So as the play starts, good depth, good outside body position, right? Evans kind of gives him this little outside release, kind of stemming it, acting like he's going to, run a stop route or something shallow. But you see Donte is not fooled by it. He's still maintaining his leverage, but he's cautious, man. He's like, yo, if you want to throw this route, I'm going to go up here and tackle the catch. I'm not tripping, okay? But what I'm not going to allow you to do is double move me because this is where? Right across the 50-yard line. So antennas go up. This is typically where you get shot plays at, okay? And shot plays are just throws at the end zone, man. All right? Whenever you cross that 50-yard line or it's fresh out there a turnover, that's what your antennas go up for as a defender, okay? So with that being the case, Donte understands it, and you see him. Okay, Mike, you wanted to take this outside release. That's fine, but watch the body position. He's flipped. He's in a good position right here to play this play. If Mike is going to get this throw, it's either going to be back shoulder, right? Because Donte is already on top of this, so he's in position to play either or. Now from there, Mike tries to stem and get back to the inside late. And you see Donte does a really good job of flipping his hips and now flipping his head around to see the football. That's one of the big things that a lot of young corners struggle with is finding the football. You see him 4 times in that play, flip his head around, right shoulder, right shoulder, in the back left to ultimately still have him in position to make a play on the football. And more importantly, not allow the big play or put himself in position to get penalized. Okay, but I like this. He's ball aware. This is a guy that has had numerous interceptions throughout his career. Okay, and this was actually the first year in his career where he did not have an interception. Man, it was crazy for him because, like I said, this guy gets his hands on a lot of footballs, baby, a lot of footballs. But very fundamentally sound, man. Smart defender. When you talk about put him on the opposite of a JPJ, yeah, I like that. I can cook with that. I can definitely work with that. Let's see him one more time, man. All right, we got one more play we're going to look at. All right, so now we got Donte playing that true cover 3 off alignment where he is the deep third defender, right? So you get a chance to see how he responds in this situation. I wasn't supposed to draw that up there first. I'm supposed to play the play first, man. Then I got to draw it up there, man. All right, keep me consistent. My apologies. All right, now that you've seen it in full speed, now I can draw up good old cover 3, okay? So, deep third, that's your middle third, and then here's your backside third over here, okay? Curl flat defender, weak hook, or excuse me, strong hook, weak hook, all right? And then backside curl flat, okay? So, for Donte, he understands for his assignment, deep is the deepest. Nobody's deeper than you. Okay. And yeah, he knows he's going to have help deep middle by that deep middle field safety. But he also understands that in terms of just different ways to impact it, if he plays it tight, right, in terms of his body position right here, if he's not quick to bail out, he can still challenge on some of these out-breaking routes, some of these in-breaking routes, some of these stops, even if they are shallow, okay? So we see that he's got a nice pedal going on. I like that. He's not in a hurry to get out of there. When you're playing off coverage, trust your skills, man. He trusts his athleticism. He trusts his footwork, and that's why he stays in the pedal. But because he's staying in that pedal, that's what allows him the ability to break on this ball as fast as he does versus if he's opening up and running, feeling threatened. He's not threatened by Mike Evans running by him right here with this leverage. So that was why he was able to maintain that. Now, he also knows that he doesn't have to worry about this to the flat because that's 49's job. That's my curl flat defender. I'm protecting underneath. But what I got to be good on is this. Driving that or that stop, right? That stop or that end as it's carrying to my middle field safety, okay? So with that being the case, watch the footwork. That T-plant, no wasted movement after that. He's coming right downhill. Now, should Mike have caught this? Yes, he should have. That's not Donte's play to make. But what Donte would have been in position for is if he catches this, he's tackling the catch. That is Donte's job right there. Also, when you just talk about Donte being in position, when you play it as tight as he does right here, even if he does initially make the catch, Donte is still going to be in position to fight the hands, to fight at that ball, right? So just because of the basic principles of the cover three and then him executing with the technique that he did, that's what puts him in position to make this play. So even though it was more of a Mike Evans not catching it than Donte getting the PBU, still a big play right here. And I love this. This is all my DBs right here. Give me one. Woo. There it is. There it is. I love it. True DB. True DB, man. But excellent footwork, man. Understanding the assignment, driving on that ball. Like I said, out of a multitude of alignments, taking his time with it, competitive. Like I said, man, I like his game, man. I definitely like his game. So, like I said, those are my thoughts on Donte Jackson. Just cutting on that tape, man, seeing him, you know, in a couple of different situations, right? Pressed up, off ball, zone, man. To me, man, he is a productive player. He's a smart player. And I think that he is going to be a really good CB2 for us playing opposite of JPJ. But that's always my perspective. You know, let me know your perspective, though, all right? And what you think from, or what you think of Donte and what are you expecting to see from him this upcoming season. But either way, you know I appreciate you for tuning in. And until next time, baby, peace.